My friend, please help me. I don't know what to do.
Long ago in the city of Venice lived a respected merchant named Antonio. Even though he was surrounded by wealth and friends, Antonio often felt a strange sadness he could not explain. One day, his friend Bastiano came to him with a request that would set an unpredictable chain of events in motion. Bassiano wished to travel to Belmont, a beautiful and faraway estate, to win the love of the intelligent and gracious Portia. But Bassiano didn't have the money for such a journey. Hearing this, Antonio immediately offered to help. His ships were sailing across the seas and his fortune was tied up in trade, but he was confident they would return soon. Together, they visited a moneylender named Shylock. Shylock agreed to lend the money, but the loan came with a concerning condition. If Antonio failed to repay it by the agreed date, Shylock would take a pound of Antonio's flesh. Bassiano protested, but Antonio, believing his ships would return in time, accepted the bond.
Just sign here, gentlemen, a mere formality.
Of course, of course.
Seems like a splendid deal.
Meanwhile, in Belmont, Portia awaited her suitors. According to her late father's will, each man seeking her hand in marriage had to choose between 3 caskets, one of gold, one of silver, and one of plain lead. Only the correct choice would win her love. Many suitors tried and failed, such as the African prince, who chose the gold box, but later learned that Portia's beauty cannot be bought with money. Another suitor also came as the Prince of Spain, but he learned the lesson that his entitlement will not get him everything he believes he deserves. But when Bassiano arrived, he resisted the lure of appearances and chose the humble lead casket. Inside, he found the token declaring him Portia's true partner. Their joy was immediate but short-lived. News reached Bassiano that Antonio's ships were lost at sea. The deadline for the loan had passed, and Shylock demanded payment. Bassiano rushed to Venice, where Antonio now stood before the court. Shylock had a bad intention of killing Antonio from the beginning. He refused to give him any extra time for his ships to arrive, and he asked the court to grant him permission to cut 1 pound of flesh from Antonio's body. Shylock just wanted revenge. Disguised as a young lawyer, Portia entered the courtroom and examined the bond. She declared that Shylock had the legal right to Antonio's flesh, but not a drop of blood. Shylock suddenly realized his plan was impossible. Defeated, Shylock's punishment was to surrender half of his wealth to Antonio and half of his wealth to Venice, as well as an execution for attempting Antonio's death. Fortunately for him, Antonio showed mercy, and Shylock was able to keep half of his wealth and all of his life. Soon after, word arrived that Antonio's ships had survived the storms after all. With danger gone and debts resolved, the friends returned to Belmont, and there, with peace restored, they celebrated loyalty, mercy, and the bonds that truly matter. My name is Zahra, and thank you for watching.